इस फिल्म ने काफी मुझे existential crisis में डाल दिया. I think I must have changed my mind about it like 3 times since I watched it at Sundance. कौन सी है? सुनो. Hey all, my name is Sucharita. Welcome back to my channel where we're just about to wrap up my coverage from the recently concluded Sundance Film Festival. Today, let's take a quick look at Jesse Eisenberg's A Real Pain starring himself and Kieran Culkin in the lead roles. First cousins David and Benji Kaplan head out on a tour of Poland with an organized chaperoned group to learn more about their own cultural Jewish heritage, the Holocaust, and try to find the house their recently deceased grandmother had to flee from at once upon a time during the Second World War. David has a wife and child, a boring but stable job, he makes good money, he probably owns a home. Benji, on the other hand, is in between jobs, he has challenges with feeling secure and safe, and is the kind of person who reaches the airport early, not to be in time for the flight, but just to look at the strange people. Perhaps he's trying to justify his own intrusive thoughts by looking at others and imagining their lives being just as bizarre and difficult as his is. On the tour, as David and Benji spend time learning about their grandmother's country, Poland, they also reconnect with each other, trying to patch the new distance that's come up between these once close cousins. An endeavor that's not easy for the straight-laced and frantic David, who has seemingly achieved all the things a successful member of the society must, but he's also kind of aware that he has more to lose. If the weed Benji has managed to smuggle inside Poland gets them caught, then David doesn't just stand to lose his job, but his worst fear might come true, which is having to accept himself as inadequate and less than perfect. That could come to life. Benji at worst will have a deportation or some sort of criminal misdemeanor on his record, which as a white American man doesn't seem to bother him much. In an interview at the Sundance Film Festival, director and actor and writer Jesse Eisenberg mentioned that he's on his way to receive Polish citizenship. This subject couldn't be closer to his heart. The house Benji and David end up at, Jesse Eisenberg said while introducing the film to the audience, was the real house his own grandmother too once had lived at. Clearly, to look back at where he comes from is an important personal journey for this filmmaker, and as such, the film feels the best kind of authentic. It's real, and it's not a manipulative tearjerker, you know? In fact, Eisenberg seems very aware that while he wants to tell the story of his ancestors having to leave their homes behind as a persecuted people, him and some other Jewish Americans like him live a life where such dark and terrible times only seem like stories of the past. So with his cousin Benji, David wants to go to Poland to feel some kind of pain, some sort of guilt, some sort of justification that the boring and mundane life he now leads is perhaps what his grandmother would have wanted for him. The quietness of peace, the safety that comes with boring. He also knows his grandmother would have wanted him to stay close with cousin Benji, a man who is seemingly more aware and hence more affected by the world and its myriad miseries. Benji says things like, "We're in Poland, we shouldn't have to pay for a train ticket," almost unironically, a thought that would never even cross David's mind. Kieran Culkin's performance, weirdly, to me, felt like a strange extension to his award-winning role as Roman on Succession. It's almost as if after Tom Wambsgans takes over the company, the Roy Empire, Roman decides to quit the rich person life, decides that he wants a different personality, and he reconnects with an old friend. Much like Roman, occasionally Benji, too, cannot accurately ascertain the feelings he has towards his cousin, his brother, if you will. If they weren't related, I would guess there was a weird romantic energy there. Benji is entitled, unpredictable, he has outbursts in nearly every single situation, and then he feels guilty about being weird, and yet underneath there's a kind boy just looking for the love of an elder, a brother, a parent figure. I'm not saying it's bad acting performance, one can't cast aspersions on the actor's ability, he's amazing. But perhaps Benji and Romulus just felt too similar as crafted by their writers. Their pain and their escapist ways of dealing with it are just too close. I do love the title of the film, A Real Pain. On the trip, the most pain is Benji, and then perhaps David's pain over his guilt for not being there for his cousin, and then of course the pain of being on this trip, remembering those who lost their lives in the Holocaust, and the price paid by those who made it out and everything that they had to sacrifice. A Real Pain is not the most stirring film I've watched on the subject, but I'm still glad that I did catch it at Sundance. I do believe some deal was achieved at the festival, so hopefully everyone will get to watch it soon as well. Alright, we're finally finishing this. Only 2 films are remaining from my list at Sundance. There's A Different Man and Will and Harper. I liked both of them very much. To know more, subscribe to this channel under this video. My name is Sucharita. Thank you for stopping by.